Hi everyone, so today I'm going to be doing like an everyday 0 to 100 everyday glam. It's basically just like a brown smoky eye, but like, I don't know, let's be like dramatic about it and be like 0 to 100 because everyone does that. But yeah, I'm not saying I'm like a 100, I'm like a 60% on like a good day. On days whenever I'm like feeling my makeup, it's like a 62, you know. Well, I mean, like days whenever I'm feeling my makeup is a good day, but like, you know what I mean. So yeah, basically just like a warm brown smoky eye with a really glowy kind of bronze skin and a glossy lip, because all my looks are complete with a glossy lip. So yeah, if you want to see how to get this look really easy and pretty much everyone can do it, then just keep on watching. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do my eyebrows. I do my eyebrows kind of weird. Like, I've never really seen many people on YouTube do this, but I do a line underneath my eyebrow, carve it out, and then like leave it for later. So it will look a little bit weird just like while I'm doing my eyeshadow, but I'll fix it later. Okay, so I'm going to use the Benefit Brow in the shade number 2, and I'm just going to take, this brush is also from Benefit. It's really dirty. That is so gross. Okay, just ignore that. Oh, by the way, if you can see that my eyelids are pink, it's because I wore pink eyeshadow yesterday and it stained. Yeah, it stained quite a bit, so hopefully like my primer will cover that, but if it doesn't, then I might have to do a pink look. So to carve out underneath my brow, I usually use Tarte Shape Tape in Fair, but I'm actually out of it, so I'm going to use, that's a hair tie. Okay, you can mind that. I usually use the Tarte Shape Tape in Fair, but today I'm going to be using the Revolution concealer in C1. I love a really light brow bone highlight. I feel like it just like really makes your highlight pop, like whenever you highlight your brow bone later on after you apply eyeshadow. So I'm just using like a random Urban Decay brush. I think this came with like the first Naked palette, which is disgusting to be honest. I'm just gonna carve my brows. I'm not going to prime my eyes with the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer in the shade Fair. Once again, I like to use a really light colour just to make everything like pop, and I love this concealer to prime my eyes, so. I'm now going to take a MAC 227 brush and some RCMA, or yeah, just RCMA, there's no other way you can say that, no colour powder, and I'm just gonna set a concealer. So the eyeshadow that I was going to use for my transition colour is from MAC. It's called Up a Dawn, but the reason why this is in like a pot, and oh, okay, I thought that broke, and not like a pro pan is because I think it was limited edition, so I'm actually not going to use this just because, you know. But if you do have this, I really like it. But the reason why I like this is because it actually has like a little bit of shimmer in it. Do the YouTube thing so you can see it. It has like a little bit of shimmer in it, so it like helps shadows blend a little bit more. It's not like shimmery, it's a satin. Yeah, it's a satin, so it's just like the tiniest little amount of shimmer. So instead of using that, just because I don't know if you can get it, I'm going to use the Huda Beauty Coral Obsessions palette. I hope this one doesn't stain my eyelids. And I'm going to use a colour that is actually like not really similar at all, but I mean whatever. I'm going to use this yellow colour. I'm going to use that on a Morphe R37 brush, which is really stained with eyeshadow, but we're going to ignore that. My hair is really getting in my way, isn't it? So yeah, I'm going to use this as my transition colour. You can also use the yellow from the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette if you have that. I mean, it's literally like a yellow kind of, like, I don't know, like a burnt yellow kind of eyeshadow, just like whatever. You can also just use orange. Yeah, I'm just going to apply this into my crease as my transition. I really love warm eye looks, and by using like an orange or yellow as my transition colour, it really just like warms everything up. Okay, so I'm now going to go in with like a deeper kind of colour. You can use Anastasia Burnt Orange, or I might just like continue using this palette because it makes it easier to do a tutorial, but I'm just going to use this colour, which is basically like the exact same colour as Burnt Orange from Anastasia. I'm going to go in with a Morphe 433 brush, which is kind of like a bigger version of a MAC 217, which is actually the next brush I'm going to use. Okay, this colour is not as pigmented as I wanted it to be. So I'm just going to do the same in the other eye. And then I'm going to use Burnt Orange from Anastasia. This is also in the Modern Renaissance palette, which like everyone owns. So just use that if you don't have the single. That's my dog snoring for like the 100th time. Okay. I'm just like blending this into my crease. I'm going to use MAC Uninterrupted. You could also use Fawn from Anastasia, which is in this palette that's all I need. It's like pretty similar. Except I would say Fawn is like a little bit more neutral. But like the tiniest little bit more neutral, you know what I mean? A lot of the times I do use Fawn. Uninterrupted I find has quite a bit of fallout, but like we're just going to work with it because I love the colour. So I'm using this on the MAC 217 brush, and I'm just going to begin by like packing this on the lid. I'm going to try like not to get on my inner corner too much, but it might look a little bit like harsh until we apply our inner corner highlight. I'm also just taking this like into the direct crease. So I'm just going to do the same on the other eye. This is going to look super, super unblended. But next, basically what we're going to do is we're going to go back in with Burnt Orange, the same brush that we used the last time I used Burnt Orange, and blend that out, and then go back in with the yellow and blend it out. That's pretty much it. That's like the basis of most of my like brown smoky eye looks, like if I do brown in the lid. Yeah. Okay, so now that that MAC Uninterrupted colour is all over my eyelid, I'm going to go back in with Burnt Orange. Oh, there's RCMA powder in it. That's great. Just blow that away. I'm going to use the same brush I used last time, a Morphe M433. And I'm just going to blend out the crease. Just like really light motions, like barely even touch your eye. Just like, you know, because you don't want to blend away the uninterrupted colour, which has a tendency to blend away if you blend it too much. So, yeah. Are you okay? Okay. So I'm now going to go back in with the yellow and the same brush, which was a... I swear that's my dog. There's nothing I can do to make her be quiet because she's like very old and she just likes to sleep. So I'm just going to let her be. And today's her birthday. So like, you know. Look at the amount of fallout. Oh my god, that's like crazy. I'm also just going to kind of shape the eyeshadow a little bit. So I'm just going to like, you know, clean up the edges. Drag it out to my eyebrow. So I'm back and I obviously applied my winged liner and my lashes, and my eyeliner played me. It just like kept getting thicker and thicker and thicker, and yeah, I mean it's not really that thick, but like it's thicker than I usually like it. I usually like a pretty thin wing, but I'm just gonna roll with it. So now I'm going to move on to my face makeup. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a pore primer just like around my nose area. So I'm gonna use the Fenty Beauty Soft Matte Pro Filter. I'm just gonna like apply this in the center of my face. This is kind of like, it's not really a pore filling primer, it just kind of like blurs your skin a little bit. So yeah, just gonna do that. And then on like the outer parts of my face, like my cheeks and stuff, where I like to be a little bit more hydrated, I'm gonna use the Too Faced HangoverX. I'm just gonna use like half a pump of this because I mean I'm not gonna use like 2 full pumps of primer. I also put this on my forehead because I like a really dewy forehead. So now I'm gonna use some MAC Strobe Cream just on the high points of my face, so like my cheekbones, my nose, my cupid's bow. I'm actually gonna take off my lip balm one sec. It was very close to my eyebrow. I basically like put this everywhere, but yeah. I'm actually just going to take a beauty blender and blend that in. So now I'm going to correct my under eyes, which is probably like my #1 skin concern, is my under eyes, because I don't really get that much sleep. I'm not a good sleeper, so I'm just going to use a Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye. This is like only a corrector, so I'm going to apply so much more concealer on top of this. This is in the colour light. I usually use the colour medium, but I'm out of it, so I stole my mum's. Yeah. I'm just going to focus this where my under eye circles are like really dark. So personally for me, it's like right below my lower lash line, basically like on my lower lash line. So I'm just going to focus it there. I'm also going to take some concealer to conceal some marks that I have. So I'm going to use this one from Loreal. It's the Infallible 24-Hour Concealer Pomade in the shade Medium. By the way, I'm not going to blend in that spot concealer. Instead, I'm just going to go straight in with my foundation. So I'm using, I just bit my tongue, that really hurt. I'm using the Too Faced Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation in the shade Sand. By the way, before you like comment that this is too dark, it matches my tan. It does not match my face. Personally, I know some people do it the other way, but personally I want the least foundation in the center of my face, because I just find whenever you put loads of foundation there, that's like a complete giveaway that you're like a cake face, you know. Always, if you fake tan, always do your ears with foundation. I swear it makes such a difference. If you don't, it looks a bit like disconjointed if you wear your hair up. To be honest, I never really wear my hair up, but I mean, you never know whenever I'm gonna change my mind. So now that that is like fully blended in my face, I'm going to go in with some Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Medium, and I'm going to put this over the top of where I put that L'Oreal concealer, so like any spots or blemishes, but I'm not going to put it in like all of them. That was like way too much right there. Just the ones that are like prominent. I say that, I legit put it everywhere I put the L'Oreal concealer, but like there's not a lot. And I'm just going to use like the big side of my beauty blender where I use my foundation to just like blend that in. So next up, I'm going to cream contour with the Bobbi Brown foundation stick in the shade Warm Almond, or 6.5. And the first thing I like to do is I like to outline my lips. Next, I'm going to do my nose. So I start at my eyebrow and then bring it down to the tip of my nose. And I like to keep the lines pretty close together, because if you do them too far apart, it will make your nose look bigger, which kind of defeats the purpose. So and then I'm just going to apply a little bit of that on my forehead. I don't do this every day. I only really do this whenever I'm like going like full glam, you know what I mean? But I do actually like pretty much do the nose one every day, which is, yeah, I just feel like my makeup's not complete without it. So next, I'm going to do my under eye concealer. I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light Sand. I usually use Light Neutral, but I used it up, so I actually do have a backup, but I don't want to open it. Is that just me? I got it like 6 months ago in Sephora, or not in Sephora, in Ulta, and like I don't want to open it. Like I'm just going to use up all the other ones I have first, even though they're like not really my colour. Yeah, this is going to be really light, but I love a bright under eye, so. I'm just kind of bringing it down the side of my nose to like cinch it in a little bit, because I hate my nose. I'm going to take a brush like this, like just a, like, I don't even know how you describe that, like something like that. And I'm just going to like kind of blend in my nose contour, but not really blend it in, just so I don't have like lots of product on my nose. So blend this into the front of my eyebrow, my nose contour, and like blend it out a little bit. I'm also just going to use like whatever's left in that brush and just kind of blend it like under my brow, kind of like on my brow bone. And this will look like kind of weird for a little bit, but with a step that we're going to do later, it's going to like bring it all together. I'm just going to kind of clean off the like butt of that beauty blender on a tissue, and I'm going to go over my nose contour. But I'm not like moving the product or like doing anything, I'm literally just like pouncing down my nose. So now that our nose contour is like semi-blended, well I mean it's pretty much blended, I'm going to cinch in my nose with some concealer. I'm not putting on any more concealer, and just using what was sitting under my eyes that I haven't blended in yet. So you can now see like clearly where that nose contour is and where the concealer is that like carved it out. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back in with the butt of my beauty blender and just mash the two together. I have powder all over my hands. under my eyes, I'm just going to go back in with the RCMA No Colour Powder and just set my under eyes. I'm not baking or anything like that, I'm just patting it in to my under eyes. I'm going to use this brush from Sephora. It's really old. It's like a powder, like 51 brush or something. I don't even know if they still sell it, but I'm going to use some MAC Give Me Sun. So now something that I like to do pretty much every day to just like connect like my eyeshadow to, like, I don't know, just like mesh it all together, make it all look like cohesive. I'm just going to take this small Morphe M506 like detailer brush, and I'm going to take my bronzer, which is MAC Give Me Sun, and I'm just going to start in like, not my inner corner, but like the inner part of my crease, like right here, and I'm just going to blend that up to the front of my eyebrow. So I'm just going to apply some RCMA powder with my beauty blender under my contour. Now I'm just going to do blush. So the blush that I love, and it's basically just like the only blush I use, is Gina from NARS, which is so messy, you can tell I love it. It's just kind of like a peach, whoa, that was loud. It's like a peachy kind of coral colour, but it's not like too much, you know. I don't really like applying too much blush, but yeah, I just use a little bit. I just kind of focus it on like the outer parts of my cheeks rather than like my actual cheeks, because I have really big cheeks. I have like a baby face, so I don't want to really emphasize that. So now, like, one of the best parts of makeup is highlighter. So I'm actually using the Maybelline Master Chrome in the shade Molten Gold. This is like literally my favorite highlighter. I'm using a Morphe 504 brush, which is like kind of a pretty small brush for highlighter, but I don't like a big stripe of highlighter because I just don't. It doesn't really suit me, so I'm just gonna focus that like right in this area. I'm also just going to apply a little bit of that on my Cupid's bow with the same brush. So now I'm going to highlight my nose. I just do like a little exclamation mark, like a little dot on the tip of my nose, and then like a thin line, as thin as I can get it. So for this I like to use a MAC 219. Is it 219 or 210? 219. I'm going to finish off my brows by just using the Benefica brow on the top of my brows, and then I'm using Precisely My brow in number 2 as well. You can just like see the difference that makes to the front of my eyebrows, because that's kind of like the more sparse part is like right here. I set my eyebrows with Benefit Gimme Brow in the shade number 1. My dog's back. Oh, sorry. I just punched her in the face. That was nice. So I'm now going to apply the eyeshadows that I used on the top of my eyes, underneath my eyes. So I'm going to begin with the yellow colour from the Huda Coral Obsessions palette, the only colour I used from this palette, so just use any yellow kind of eyeshadow that you have. So I literally just like laid down the tiniest amount of that yellow shade, and now I'm going to go in with Uninterrupted. I think I'm just going to skip the burnt orange, because I don't know, it's not really like a prominent colour in the look, you know what I mean? That's not Uninterrupted. Okay, I put way too much in that inner corner, so I'm gonna have to do the same on the other eye to just like even it out. I feel like my makeup is not complete without this. In fact, no, my makeup is like not complete without this. I literally do this every single day that I wear makeup. I'm going to use the NYX Milk, what's this called? Jumbo Eye Pencil. I'm gonna line my waterline. So now that I have lined my waterline with Milk, I'm going to take the same brush I used to highlight my nose actually, a MAC 219. I just cleaned it off, and I'm going to load it, well not load it, like not use a lot, but I mean use a lot, with NYX Milk. And I'm just going to like pat this in my inner corner. Okay, so now this is like my favourite part of makeup, but that like milk really helps the situation. I'm going to use MAC Nylon, which I'm going to take out of my palette. It's just like a yellow gold colour, like really light yellow gold colour, but this literally changes my makeup. I can be wearing like no makeup, like mascara and like BB cream, and I put this in my inner corner and I'm like, I'm ready to go. If you want to, you can also use this with MAC Fix Plus, but that is like really intense. I would recommend either doing the Milk or doing the Fix Plus. Like, don't do both, because then, you know. I'm going to line my lips with Exposed from Kylie Cosmetics. This is literally the only lip liner that I use. I've been through like 4 of them, and I pay tax and customs like every time. So I probably need to find a better lip liner, like one that I can like easily access, but I'm just so in love with this one. It's so creamy, and I love the colour of it. Okay, so now that I have lined my lips, I'm going to use a liquid lipstick. I'm going to use Birthday Suit from Kylie Cosmetics as well. This is literally my all-time favourite lip colour. If I could only wear one lip colour for like the rest of my life, it would be Birthday Suit from Kylie Cosmetics. Okay, so now that that Birthday Suit has kind of dried down a little bit, as I said, it doesn't really dry down because it is a velvet formula. It just, I don't know, it kind of like mattifies itself a little bit. I'm just going to apply some MAC lip gloss in the shade Myth over the top of it, which is just another nude colour, a warm nude. It's a little bit lighter. I'm just going to focus this like on the centre of my lips. Okay, so this is the finished look. If you have any more like tutorials or videos like in general that you want to see from me, then let me know in a comment down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Everyone says that in their videos, and I'm like does liking even make a difference? So like, I really don't know. But yeah, subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. And also, apparently you have to put on like the notification bell to get notifications. I don't know if that's true, because I'm subscribed to like so many people on YouTube, and I don't have the notification bell on. And I still see like all of their tutorials. So I don't know if they're just saying that. But if you want to do that, then you can. And tell me if it makes a difference. Because I don't think it does. But I mean, it might make a difference. I don't know. So I don't really have any like other social medias. Just YouTube. I mean, I do have like an Instagram, but it's like personal. I don't know if you want me to make a makeup Instagram, then I will. I kind of want to. I keep getting like requests to do that on like Facebook. Like Facebook group chats. Or not group chats, groups. So if you want me to make like an Instagram, like makeup Instagram, like hashtag new MUA, hashtag what are they always hashtag unrecognized MUA, like all this shit. If you want me to do all that, then I'll do that. So yeah, just let me know in a comment down below. And yeah, that is pretty much all I have to say. Thank you for watching, if anyone is watching this, and I will see you maybe in my next video. Bye.